What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. And we have a special guest here, and he's been riding for a while. Seattle rider. You can see him right in front of us, but we have to give him a proper welcome to the show. So what we're going to do, we're going to give this little promo here. We're going to watch it a few times. Yes. So we have Mr. Ginger Onwheels out of Seattle, repping, doing his thing, EUCs, scooters. I don't need to say anymore. He is here in the flesh, in person. Ginger Onwheels, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
On short notice, but it's
very
awesome
short notice. But I made it happen, despite the weird background.
That's all right, man. We appreciate you being here. And we had a little technical difficulty. We're just going to let this thing glide, let it slip on by. We're going to do what we do. And yeah, man. So what's going on in your neck of the woods?
In my neck of the woods.
Where should we
what
start?
What isn't going on is the question. I feel like I've got like 400-500 projects simultaneously going at all times. So
nice.
There's that, plus all the new wheels and rides and like offers to send me new wheels. Which ones do I review? Which ones do I not review?
Oh, that's always good.
I'm backlogged. I got a list about this long of videos I've been meaning to make on the channel, but
gotcha.
Life,
Yeah, life happens, and we just roll with it. Now, for everyone out there, I've been watching you for a while. When did you get into the whole EUC game? Like, what year did you start first wheel? Let's just start running it back a little bit.
Running it back, I think it was 2019, 2018, because before COVID.
Okay.
I was scooting. I was on the Wolf Warrior 11 Plus scooter,
nice.
And I started this ride in Seattle. I can't believe it was that long ago. Was it really? That's wild. Anyway, we started the Seattle Saturday night ride. I guess no. This was pre SNR. Sorry, I would go to Seattle regularly, ride with a group of riders, and we would shred around Seattle. And I started seeing guys on EUCs. Just like most people were like, "What the hell is that?"
Wow.
And so I met this guy named Jeremy. He sold me a Monster Pro, and like pretty much game over since then.
Nice. I mean, how was it when you first learned? Did you catch on like right away, or was it like a couple weeks? How did it go for you?
Actually, I don't mean to brag, but I've been like snowboarding and doing skateboarding and stuff my whole life. So awesome. I got a good sense of balance and stuff, but I stood on the wheel and just immediately was like, oh, saw the light.
That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Yeah. For me, it didn't take too long. I think I did 2 sessions, like 2.5 hours. So by the second day, I was pretty much gone back and forth. But that was...
You just reminded me, actually. I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's like a full length of, full feature video where I was learning to ride the EUC.
That's awesome.
I borrowed a V8 from somebody before I bought the Monster. And it was like within 20 minutes, I was going off curbs and stuff, bending the rim.
You dinged the rim in 20 minutes. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Real quick, hey, I want to thank everyone for coming in. Stan, what's going on, brother? Always in the trenches with us. DuPont, what is going on? Thank you for spending your Friday evening with Ginger and I. And we're just going to run it down. Nice, always say chill, relax, stream here and find out.
Oh, Friday.
It's Friday.
You just reminded me it's Friday, dude.
Yes. That's a great thing. So you say you started in 2018. Now, how is the whole riding scene in Seattle, man? I've seen the videos. It seems like it's a great city for what like the infrastructure. I ride in Jersey. Infrastructure sucks for riding. It really does. Bike lanes are like non-existent. But how is it for you out there?
It's A plus, world class.
Wow.
Definitely come. Highly recommend. I love it. And the cops don't really care at all. Like, we're doing the Seattle Saturday Night Ride. We're sending 150 people down main streets of Seattle at night. Like, just, I mean, a lot of us don't see what color lights may or may not be, and they don't care.
They don't. That's cool though, man. I mean, New York's the same way because I live in Jersey, but I work in New York City, so I'm in New York every day. And New York, same thing. Cops, they got better things to do than yanking over EUCs and scooters and stuff. So
yeah,
man. But yeah, your guys' infrastructure is much better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, our infrastructure is a lot better. Sorry, I didn't really answer that question that much. Like, we have bike lanes everywhere. We have extra wide bicycle only specific lanes, like with a left and a right or up and down side.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, to the right side of the road, there'll just be another double lane road that's only for bikes, aka EUCs. And we have our own stoplights. Like, the light will turn just for bikes. It'll have a little bicycle symbol on it.
New York has that. They actually do have that in New York. New York is doing.
It would surprise me if they didn't.
Yeah, they have it. They have it. But it's still, bike lanes in New York are dangerous though. It's not like Seattle. I mean, you could really get foobarred in New York City bike. So it's like when you ride, you have to pick and choose. You have to jump in and jump out. And sometimes it's better just to ride in the road than in a bike lane. Because you'll be riding. Yeah, dude, there'll be a dumpster parked there, or a dump truck or a garbage truck, or it just all of a sudden it'll just end and put you right into traffic. Yeah, New York City.
Or crazy. Like an Uber driver, some Kelly getting out and just open door you.
People driving, going the wrong way, all kind of stuff, man. So New York is definitely a little bit different. Seattle.
I've been there a couple times actually, and every time I'm there, I'm like, damn, I wish I had a wheel.
Dude, well, you got a connection, man. Call me. You can borrow one of mine. I'll definitely let you ride. Definitely let you ride it. So you said your first EUC was the V8?
Yeah, I borrowed a V8. I ended up buying it later, actually, but that was after I bought the Monster Pro. The Monster Pro was my first wheel.
That's a big boy.
Not a Monster Pro. That wasn't out yet. It was a regular Monster. It was just like a big ass square with a tire hanging out the bottom.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But I mean, for back in the day, though, it was a big wheel compared to everything else that was out there.
Yeah. I got it for like $800 too.
Wow.
Which I think even for back then was markedly cheaper than it should have been.
Yeah. I mean, wheels are gone for $4,000 minimum now. And with this whole tariff thing hanging over everyone's head, man, it's just making, everyone's nail bite before they buy anything. I think the best thing we can do now is just, I guess, buy. I mean, if you got deep pockets, that's fine. Or just buy the wheels that are in stock and just wait it out a bit, man.
Actually, we should give a shout out to nextgenmobility.org.
Yes, we should.
Have you seen that? Like, they're just
their prices are staying steady.
Email, they're like, we're not raising prices. Yeah. I don't know how they're doing that. Like, either. The dude's living under a bridge selling wheels, but
yeah,
I'm okay with it.
He's sticking to his word. He's like, I'm not raising the prices, and his prices have not gone up. I just ordered something. I just ordered some spike pedal covers for the Lynx and the pedal, toe block extenders. And I was looking at the prices of the wheels, and they're still at pretty much where they were before.
How can we postulate, like hypothesize a little bit? How?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's great for the for the community that he's sticking by his word. As far as how he's doing it, I have no idea. I
don't know how he's doing it either.
I have no idea.
Unless he's just taking, maybe it's a really wealthy guy who's just happily taking a loss on every wheel he sells.
He could be.
Because he hates the Cheeto, man.
He could be doing that. I know. I don't even know if I should say it. I know Zen Lee's popping out the videos on the whole tariff thing, and I'm not sure if they like him putting out the videos so much.
I made like
I'm sorry, dude. I'm laughing at the comment. Dude, you're funny. Yeah, dude. So you saw the Zen Lee video, man. And from what I could see, I can say it because he already put the video out. He was talking about maybe a lawsuit. I don't know. I'm just saying he put the video out, and I'm just like,
I didn't see this video. Tell me all about it.
yeah. Okay. Let me give shout outs to everybody. Stan, what's happening? DuPont, what's going on? Bones, we got you in the house. We got Willie Brady in the house. What's going on, brother?
Oh, wow. We got everybody's here. The whole family.
Yeah, they're going to come in, man. They're going to start filtering in.
Not going to lie. I'm kind of intimidated. We got some big names in here.
No, dude.
I'm just a little ginger dude.
No, dude. We got the legends. You in with the legends. So what happened was, now again, I'm just going off of the video he put out. I'm going to have to paraphrase a bit. I'm going to sum it up, squash it up into a little piece here. He was basically questioning how next gen, bless you, are able to keep the prices low. So he had questions, and I guess his questions maybe rubbed them a little bit the wrong way, and maybe he was saying he got some threats of a lawsuit. So
from next gen.
Yeah, you would have to see the video. Yeah. So I don't know who was coming from at next gen, but that's what the video consisted of. I don't know what's going on with the tariffs, so I'm not going to say anything because I really don't know much about. I know how tariffs work, but I don't know what's going on with the cops, so I'm not going to say anything. So anyway, that's where he stands right now, and he was just basically questioning it, how it can be done, how can they do it, is it true, is it false? That whole time.
I can see like that's a pretty Zen Lee thing to do. No offense, Zen, love all your content.
We love you,
but
Zen.
Like very clickbaity sometimes.
Damn.
I can see it going either way. Like you got to make a little hypothesis for the gram on how they're doing this, kind of like we just did. But then at the same time, if you're wrong, I could see myself in next gen mobility shoes being like, okay, that's defamation. That's something like that.
Yeah, dude. So you got to walk a very fine line. That's why I say I'm not going to say anything. It is what it is. I was like, even on the show last couple weeks, I was like, just wait it out and see what's going to happen, and then leave it at that. So
gotta make it very clear. This is conjecture.
This
is not hypothesis.
I don't want to wind up on Judge Judy. I don't know if she still has a show. I don't want to wind up. I don't know, man.
She's like, what's a EOC?
I do. We got to teach you how to ride. We'll teach you how to ride, Judge. She probably outride us. We got a question. Hold on a second, right here. So Stan always comes out with excellent questions. He goes, as early adopter, does Ginger feel EUC manufacturers made upgrades matching the current prices?
I want to say 50-50. Like there's obviously a lot of unnecessary markup going on, but at the same time, we have come from a place and a time where wheels would just spontaneously combust.
Basically,
you know. And like hoverboards were really bad, but
hoverboards were horrible.
Thank God we never
hoverboards were horrible, dude. Yeah, I got to a point in New York, they didn't want you taking them things anywhere. Yeah,
it's actually I've heard a lot of really weird rules, and like most of the people that buy parts from me from PEV Outlet, they'll buy a flashlight and be like, I can't even keep my scooter in the apartment anymore. That's happening everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
Dude. Yeah. I think New York, depending on what building you live in. Like I don't have a problem over here in Jersey. Again, I think some things too. Now I'm going to sort of make a statement, then sort of ask a question at the same time. One thing I was saying in one of my videos is like, people have to have a little bit of common sense. Like they'll get a scooter, they'll get an EUC, they go to charge it and they get a freaking like cheap extension cord. And they plug that thing in. They got a 2-amp cord and a freaking 10-amp charger. Cord heats up, and it's just like a chain freaking reaction. They blame the unit, and I'm like, nah, dude, you got.
Yeah, they're charging it with like a Harbor Freight thing plugged into a 1920s outlet, like 59-foot extension cord to their grandma's living room, and then they're plugged into like a battery with no BMS. And
exactly,
it was wet, like bro.
And it's the same as like when people would plug all the plugs into a freaking Christmas tree and wonder why the freaking whole thing would just go up. Come on, man.
Facts.
So I think some things were, I'm not saying equipment wasn't faulty, but I think some things were the user and just not using common sense and knowing what they were doing. So,
yeah. I'm sure it's most in my head. I imagine like given how many PEVs I've had in my house and how I've had zero problems, I want to say in my head, I hypothesize it's probably about like 90% user failure or like user problems, 10% wheel, you know?
Yeah. And another thing too, I see this a while back. People beat the crap out of their wheels, don't maintain it, doing this, doing that. You get water, you know, salt, all that stuff in it. All of a sudden you plug it in and that freaking thing sparks up. You know, it's like you gotta maintain your stuff, man, you know?
Yeah, you get one little dent in a one cell in the battery pack.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just
it,
a
man.
literal fuse.
Yeah.
It's going up. It's just a matter of when.
It's basically like a ticking, it's ticking away. The fuse, it might be a long fuse or short fuse, man.
But I mean, at the same time, I know I personally have crashed wheels, seen them fly down the mountainside or something, and then you get it and you're like, damn, it survived. Okay. And then just immediately you forget about it.
I did that on my Tesla, dude. It was a horrible accident. Got hit. And as I'm flying through the air, that thing's probably 6 feet up above me. Just hit the ground. I went after I got myself up, was on the ground for a while. I went to pick the wheel. I powered on. It came right on. It came.
Did it land in front of you?
Dude, that thing, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah. I flew like 45
like
feet.
Free Willy. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I can see it. Because, you know, that thing was right, like it had that egg shape. It clipped the pedal, and then it just went bang, 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 and then hit, boom, and it just shot up in the air, man.
Dude, those things are like footballs.
Yeah.
When they tumble, it's like, badoo.
Yeah, it was like someone punted a football. Exactly. And I'm watching that thing above me as I'm twisting and flying through the freaking air. I'm like, crazy, man. Crazy.
Isn't it funny how you can play back those little like 30-second clips of your brain in slow motion? Like you can see 60 frames per second what happens.
It's crazy what goes. Yeah. It's crazy how your mind does that, man. Your body's amazing, man. Oh, here we go. We got another question here from Bones. Discussing other folks' pockets or businesses never. Yeah, dude. It's like if you don't have the full story, I'm talking from both sides, man. Sometimes it's just best to, you know, you can dip your toe in a pool, but I wouldn't dive in completely. But I mean, I can see his concern. Yeah, I mean, I can see his concern. I mean, he has a big platform and everything, and he's trying to keep everyone informed. But I don't think, if it was me personally, I don't think I would. Anyway, I'm not gonna. Anyway, it's between them. I'll let them.
We have to give them props though. Like I don't care how they're doing it, what the pockets, how big they are. Like Next Gen Mobility is the only company I know of that's just like, okay, what tariffs?
Yeah.
That's Scooter or EUC or e-bike or e-skate. Everyone's like, regrettably, we're going to have to jack the prices up 200%.
200%? What?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I wish I would have bought the patent last week.
Dude, like I said, I'm glad I got what I got when I did, and I'm happy. I'm set for a while. Only thing I need now is, no, I got everything. I don't need anything. I'm good. I'm good.
Who did you buy from?
I bought it used. I got it off a rider out of Tennessee, CJ.
So and you got a deal. You're probably already in the green.
Yeah, I got it, dude. I got a deal.
That's awesome.
CJ's a great dude. CJ, shout out to you, brother. Yeah, he could have took me to the freaking cleaners, and he didn't.
Nice.
He could have, yeah.
For anyone watching this that doesn't have a wheel, buying used is something you should seriously consider because you can buy a new wheel, put 5 miles on it, and go to sell it, and it's somehow worth $1,000 less.
Right.
There are good deals floating around.
A whole lot of good deals.
Not like used cars.
Nah. There's a lot of great deals out there. I mean, you have riders that always want the newest thing too. So they'll part with a wheel that has maybe 400 miles on it or less, and you get a great price on it. Really,
and it's such a niche hobby, like in general. I feel like the more niche you go, the faster things lose value off new.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Yeah. Facts.
You're looking at like an immediate $500 to $1,000 off within a few months of buying a wheel.
Facts. I mean, you have some riders though.
Except for my Sherman L, man. Sherman L, I feel like I could sell that for more than I bought it for right now.
Dude, you could definitely get more than what you bought it for. Yeah, you could.
Especially with tariffs.
If those things stick, man, you're looking at about what, $6,000, maybe No pads, and I'm saying minimum. That's like motorcycle price right there, man.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, that is what you'd be paying. I know E-Wheels bumped the price up a little bit. I think I was seeing them for $5.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I thought I can't remember the last time I thought it was like 45, but close to 5. Close to 5.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Let's see what we got here. Okay. Because I know you ride a lot of stuff. And so this question will be pretty good here. Stan with another great question. The reviews of the Knotsford Arrow have been positive, but the older Kingsong S18 seem to be close to performance, tech, and sexy design. Any opinion on the S18? You had an S18, didn't you? I know you had an S22.
I had an S22 that was from Alien Rides. Shout out Alien Rides. They gave me a demo to review. I never owned an S18, I don't think. But I mean, yeah, on paper they're probably similar, but I'm in the same way that like a 1999
I like what you're saying.
car looks like a 2005 car. I get maybe.
Right.
But they're not the same.
Nah, dude.
I guarantee you they're using like smarter BMSs. We have like literally just newer cells because the S18s aren't in production anymore, right?
New control board. Yeah, they designed a control board from the ground up, I believe.
There's Fuji, more MOSFETs.
It's a way better wheel.
The technology in general, just the baseline technology for any new wheel is much higher than it was when the S18 was the it wheel.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Kuji just put out a video on it. The legend himself, Kuji, rolling out on the Arrow.
Isn't it weird how he just like pops out of the woodwork and
he does
the best?
I'm back.
And then he leaves again. It's like, okay, bro. What?
Yeah, Kuji did, and then Afiz put out a nice video on the Arrow, and the wheel looks. I mean, it's a sexy looking wheel, and for what it is,
like the Lamborghini of wheels.
It is
a midgety Lamborghini.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
Or like 6 inches shorter and probably 50 pounds less. I would consider that wheel.
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing. I don't know if people do. You're like what, 6'2", 220, 230, something around in there.
I used to be 220. I actually lost a ton of weight due to stress over basically the summer. I'm down to 175, 180.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't shrink.
For you, dude.
Still 6'2".
But no, but it's good though. No, that means even dude, you do your speed test now, dude, you're gonna add about 10 miles an hour.
Dude, tell me that. I was like, oh man, this weather is making a big difference. It's getting warmer. I'm getting like 50% more range.
Look at that.
And I realized, like, no, bro, you need to buy new pants because you got 4 inches of slack.
That's funny. But you see, I always tell people weight makes a difference on a wheel, man. People don't realize weight makes a difference when it comes to range.
I can tell you from experience, like 50 pounds plus and minus, it's a massive deal. Just imagine riding your wheel that you have now, wearing a 50-pound pack, like dumbbells. It makes a huge difference. Acceleration and hill climbing mostly, but also range.
Big difference. When I ride, I try to ride as light as possible. When I ride. I don't pack a bag full of stuff.
Are you like me? You got the same go-to kit like every time you roll out the door?
Same go-to kit, man.
What do you wear? What's your gear?
As far as gear or what I have in my bag?
Both.
Okay. Gear, gloves, knee pads, arm guard, elbow pads, helmet. Right now, I've been riding with the Beyond Riders jackets because it's starting to get warm. So I have the mesh jacket. When it's cold, I wear the flannel with all the pads and everything in it. Wrist mirror.
That gear.
My biggest thing now is I got to get better wrist guards. That's my downfall. So I can get wrist guards. As far as my bag, Bluetooth speaker. I keep an Allen key, stuff in case, a little wrench set in case stuff goes wrong. And that's really about it for me. I travel light.
No tire pump?
Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. My thing with me is I have a route that I take. So if something does happen, worst case scenario, I can just Uber the wheel out. I don't go too far out. Like my rides are normally about 25 miles 30 miles max, but I have a
Right.
set route that I take. So if something does happen, I can get myself out of trouble. Now, if I know that I'm going to be out with people, I'll take a pump. I used to have some slime that I put in the tire and stuff like that. But yeah, just a minimum kit. That's it.
I guess I'm kind of the same way though. Like
Yeah.
when I'm riding around people, I'll bring my wrenches and some slime and a pump
Mhm.
because I've used them more for other people than I have for myself. I don't think I've ever used a pump on the fly.
I never use a pump on the fly. I've never. I'll say that.
There's
tomorrow,
always
the
that
damn
guy
flat
that's like,
tire.
anyone got a pump?
Yeah, I never, because I always check my tires before I leave, make sure the air's in there, and I think one time on my Tesla, I got a thorn in there and a slime fixed it, and that was it. So
People talk a lot of smack about slime, like, oh, it's gonna off balance the tire, doesn't work anyway. Bro, I have saved probably half the flats I've ever got. A little bit of slime done. Never.
yeah,
I forgot I had
it
a flat.
works. It
Works
works.
really well.
And I screwed up the first time I did it. I used too much, and I could never offset the wheel at all. Never.
I bet
But
you would
this
notice if you were on a track though, with like the added rotational mass, it'd be harder to get up to speed.
Maybe. I don't. I'm not. You ride much faster than me. I mean, I can get up and go, but I always tell people I'm a cruise rider.
Like 20, 25?
No. Like I said, I'm normally 30, 35, but depending on like the streets that I ride on, speed limit's like 25, and there's like a lot of stop and go. But I'll get up to 35, maybe a little bit more than that, then come down. But I very rarely get up to 40. Every so often, if I want to take a nice quick rip, I'll do that. But most of the time, I normally stay about 35 max, just for safety reasons for me. Anyway.
Respect that. I respect that.
Yeah. Dude, still though, got to give a shout out to Alien Rides because they put out the best video ever when they did the S18 review. Dude, that was still one of the best videos. They beat the snot out of that freaking wheel, dude. I'll never forget that. I still laugh.
I do remember.
Remember that? I go back and watch it every once in a while for a freaking good laugh. They beat the crap out of that wheel, man. That was freaking awesome. That was awesome. Shout out to Alien Rides.
V9.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing with the UL certified. Will that pass mini building? It should. I don't see why not.
As someone who does buy and get parts customized for selling on PVOutlet.com, I can tell you it is not hard to buy a UL certification. So
you can fudge it a bit.
Make sure there's someone in the community who has taken it apart and been like, yeah, actually, no water got in.
Right. I got you. Yeah, it's not that so it's not that strict as people think it is to get it then.
Yeah, no.
Wow, it's like getting a fake ID, but if you can still get fake ID.
It's like getting the fake IDs in the 80s.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. That wasn't too hard. Donkey, what's going on, brother? Love my Lynx is great, dude. I don't know, man, because I was on my T4 Pro. I still love that wheel. I think I might have found a buyer for that wheel too. I still have my RS. I love that wheel, and I have an EX20. And I got on the Lynx, and I was just like, wait a second. And it's like, I'm alive, Yeah. I'm like, yeah, dude. I think it's gonna bring out the bad
I'm surprised
side.
You still have the RS though,
dude. I don't know what I love that freaking wheel, dude. I love that wheel.
Did you get like the first gen ones, or like when they started coming out with the Molicel?
I got the one with the e-wheels with the Litec packs in it. With the good
that's the same one I got too.
Yeah, man. So I'm just gonna hold on to that. I mean, it's a great wheel that you can still throw in, back seat, trunk, and yank it out. Because I see people, oh man, get it, get an M10.5, M10.4. Why get that when I have that? It doesn't make sense to me. I'm just being honest. I have one of the hard shells on it, so it's pretty durable. There's no sense in me getting an M10.5 or something like that when I mean, that wheel will cook too. You can still hit 45, 46 miles an hour on that freaking.
Oh, no. You're saying M10.
No. Oh, no. You'll be donating some. You'll be donating some skin.
Yep.
On that thing.
Real quick. Volunteering.
Yeah, skin graft. Free skin graft for everybody. Yeah, Bones. I think he's talking about the Arrow. It is a sexy wheel, man. Looks like a little sport bike.
I'm surprised more manufacturers don't thought into that, like a car
get
manufacturer
it.
does. Like I get we don't need the aerodynamic aspect of it, but you can still make it look good. Doesn't
Make
have to
it
be a
look
literal
good, dude.
rectangle.
Make it look freaking good, dude. I don't
Make it
get.
look good.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It was the same thing with the. If you go back and we look at the S20, right, the rig before the S22 with the whole before the whole fire, all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
That's what got everybody. Oh man, that wheel is sexy. It was. It looked like it looked like a damn sport bike. It was one of the best looking
Ferrari,
wheels,
the black and red, that
right?
was sexy.
Yeah, and it was just it just boosted up the sales and pre-orders for that thing. And Aero, they hit it out the freaking park. NOSFET hit it out the park with the design, man. They
Does
hit it out.
have any other wheels, or is this like their first debut?
Well, they have the Apex.
I haven't heard of it.
Oh yeah, the NOSFET Apex is it's its bigger brother. That's a nice looking wheel too, dude. I mean, it has the whole customizable suspension where you can lower the thing down and raise it up. Very good suspension on it.
I think with the specs. Hit me with the specs. Am I buying a new wheel?
You know what, dude? Let me see if I can hold on. So what I'll do is I'll pull it up because I don't know the exact specs, but what we can do is I can do this. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second here.
Brother.
Let me because I don't want to give you any fudged up numbers. I will do this. Give me 1 second. Bear with me here. And I am going to.
I'm excited. I haven't heard of this.
Here we go. Yeah, Apex it's nice, man. It is nice.
I do own an L, a Sherman L, and I would consider it the perfect wheel, but it doesn't look amazing. It looks good, but not. It's no Aero.
Dude, hold on a second. Let me make sure. Oh, here it is right here. I will take a picture of the specs. You don't know what the wheel looks like either, right?
No. Never heard of it or seen it. I mean, I'm out of the loop on a lot of the new EUCs. I've just been grinding so hard with what I've got going, you know?
Okay, give me 1 second. I want to get you a decent picture here. I'm kind of, because my computer has a lot of protection wear on it, so I can't, certain things I can't get, but let's see. Can't have people breaking in. So we'll do it like this. You'll be able to see most of it.
I feel you on that.
We'll do that, and then I'll just grab the specs. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can get. Sorry, everybody. Give me 1 second. See if I can grab one more.
I'll stall for time here. If you don't have a Sherman L, if you haven't bought or ridden a Sherman L yet, do yourself a favor. If you're a bigger guy, like above 180, just give it a twirl. Give it a little pendulum. I think it's one of those things where you said you rode the links and you're like, I'm alive.
Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah. I can imagine the L too. I mean, that's just its bigger brother, and you're just getting more freaking goodies, bro. Yeah, I can imagine.
It's hard to overpower. I burned through the entire Kenda tire in like 2,700 miles, and I put 8,000 on the OG Sherman. I never even replaced the tire, but this one's like bald 2,700 miles just because that extra torque. Granted, it's heavier.
Right. Okay.
Still, so I'm probably 20% off-road as is anyways. Lots of trails and stuff to do around here.
Oh, yeah, you got good stuff out there, man. I ride mostly street. Okay, so this is what we'll do here. I got everything I need. We'll take this, go here. Let me remove this. And let me present. First thing we'll do is just go with the we'll go with what the wheel looks like first. Add this.
Do you own any other Leaper chems besides your links?
I had an OG Sherman. Love that wheel, but I end up selling that and I end up getting the links. So this is what it looks like.
This is it, huh?
This is the Apex, yeah. Pretty good looking wheel, man. And then the
I'm not the biggest fan. I give it like a 6.
Okay. Let me get the specs up here. Let me
Okay, yeah, show me specs. That will change my mind.
We'll get the specs up here. Let me remove.
Put some beer goggles on me.
Oh man, that's funny. Hold on a second here. That is hilarious.
Wait, it actually does look really good. 5,000 watts? What?
No, it has basically like link specs. I don't know if you can you see that?
Yeah,
Cruising
2,700 watt
speed,
hour
50.
capacity, 60 miles, 85-pound weight, cruising speed 55 plus A.
Yeah.
So it's got to be high voltage then. What's the
Yeah.
voltage on that?
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, let me get the
167.
let me get to the voltage. I want to say 151, but don't quote me on that. We'll find out right now. Give me one more second here. Tab, we'll find out. Let's go back to e-wheels. And we'll go here.
It's got to be higher than 151 because I can't see many people leaning.
Hold on one second. Let me see what the volts. I should say it right here. No, 151. Here it is. I'll.
Huh.
Yeah.
How many watts is the motor? Does it say like what's the torque?
It's a 3,200 watt motor. Yeah, I'll get that right here. I'll bring it all over. Just like the.
I don't feel all too compelled by that wheel.
It's basically, honestly, it's almost instead of it's like a Lynx. It's basically like a Lynx. Dale, what's happening, brother? Welcome. I meant to say that. I looked at his name. Okay, let me remove this.
I thought you were about to bust out like the Bentley or Ferrari Lambo. You know, no, not Ferrari Lambo's too blown out. It's got to be like one of those you know cars, like Aston Martin somehow.
Yeah, nah, it carries pretty close to like I said, the Lynx specs, man. We'll see.
So right why would you buy that over a Lynx?
I don't know. I think the go-to is the customization of the suspension. Like you could really hold on 1 minute.
I could see that being useful for racers.
Yeah.
You get the track, lower it down, out with your friends. Maybe not.
You can see that. So toolless on the fly, suspension height adjustment from 55 millimeter all the way to 155 millimeter, which is good. Especially if you do a lot of off-road. Motor, 3,200 watt motor. Battery pack, Samsung 50S, 2,700 watt hour, 151 volt. Smart PMS, rapid charging, 20 amp.
Rapid charging up to 20 amps. How do you figure?
So, but if I'm not mistaken, and they can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I believe it uses some of the parts from the Lynx, if I'm not mistaken, too. So, yeah.
Latest gen Lynx Sherman L controller. So, same controller-ish. Output of 330 amp peak. That's wild.
So there we have
it. You know, some of these charging specs on the new wheels have got me scratching my head a bit. Because, like, for example, the ET Max, the Goat ET Max, I allegedly charged that thing at 20 amps through one GX20 charge port.
Wow.
And then, I mean, you go off the unicycle spectrum and you just look at, you know, GX20, what are they called? Like airplane connectors or something like that.
Right.
And you look at the maximum current and it's like 7 amps.
Yeah, I was watching
at what point are we going to get too greedy and start melting them?
Dude, I mean, they're charging like freaking cars almost, man, like some EV cars. I was watching Roger and him charge at, you know, the ET Max. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy, man. It can take some amps.
Speaking of charging, don't tell my landlord this, but I just put a fat EV car charging station in my laundry room.
Dude, I saw the video when you were doing something with the whole like fuse box or something in your place to I saw I did.
Oh, that was a whole separate thing. That was all separate. The electrical in my house just suddenly decided it didn't want to work at all. So I replaced all the switches and outlets and I like redid the ground stake for the house because I didn't know what was going on. So I just said, you know, we're gonna just redo it all anyway. It's from the 1950s as is. But once I got all the breakers and the panel replaced, which was probably the sketchiest thing I've ever done, I felt like, I don't know, Tom Cruise flying over the mountain and that one. It was just like, what am I doing? But replacing 240 volt live breakers in the panel and did them all. And then once I got them all done, I was like, you know, if I put a GFCI breaker on the dryer, I could probably just put an EV car charging station in here. And then I looked at the price. It wasn't even bad. $250.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
And it's got this little module. You plug it into the dryer outlet. It's got a fat cord that goes up to the module, and you can has a switch on it, and you can switch it between, do I want to use my dryer or do I want to send 240 volts to an extension cord that's this big around?
Wow.
So
Wow, you had
you
the
can
whole
charge
the
3
whole
wheels in my
city
laundry room at
power
like
cable.
15 amps.
That's cool though, man. Yeah, that was
Love
smart to
it.
do that for 250
It's a
bucks. You
game
can't
changer.
beat that. Yeah, can't beat that. Dale wants to know, unless you get in a second, what's happening, brother? Dale, I have a few questions actually. How do you know about the links? But you're in
How
a
did I
you
not
have
know about the Apex?
I'm answering them at the Apex, I'm sorry. But you're in your own little world, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, remove this background, you'd see just a warehouse of parts and cables and like butane canisters and just like tape measures. I'm living in my own little world. You put it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I'm buried up to my knees in EVs as is. I have a list of projects that I've been meaning to do that's this long, and I'm lucky if I can pop out 1 or 2 per week. I don't have time to keep up with all the latest, especially at the rate they're coming up. Like, bro,
dude,
but go popping a new one out every couple of months, like bunnies.
Bago was popping things out like rabbits. It kind of slowed down, I think, with everything that's going on now. But yeah, even me, man, I try to keep up, and it's just, I work full time. It's rough, man. It's rough. Yeah, DuPont. That's all it is, basically.
Ride?
I haven't been on a group ride in a while, dude. I need to go on a good group ride. It's basically, yeah, it's a Lynx, which is better, I guess, more customizable suspension, basically, a different shape, but it uses a lot of the same stuff. But I think it was a good wheel for NOSFET being our first wheel. And then like the Arrow seems even better in a sense. It doesn't have all the top specs, but the wheel is put together very well from what I can see.
I think I have heard of and seen the Apex then, because I remember seeing NOSFET, the first wheel, like debut. I remember.
Right.
What is this brand?
That's what Jack, Electric Dreams. And then, if I'm not mistaken, one of the designers that used to work for actually designed the S22 and the S18, I believe. He was one of the lead designers on it. And they do NOSFET now. Oh, I didn't know that. He said NOSFET Apex is the first wheel I've seen sold out on eWheel's site. No, I've seen other wheels sold out on eWheels.
It's raining really hard here. Just started pouring. I got to close my windows. My bad.
Nah, do your thing.
It was literally 75 and sunny an hour ago.
Yeah, dude, they're going to have crap all weather next few days. EUC Lifer, what is going on, brother? Good to have you here. Guys, again, thank you so much. Hit the thumbs up if you like videos like this. We got Ginger Onwheels from Seattle laying it down. Phenomenal rider. And he just doesn't ride EUCs. He rides scooters. That's my biggest thing. Is there like a different adrenaline rush between a scooter and an EUC? What do you prefer? Or are they like what's your whole outlook on
my
that?
day to day? Like if I need to just run to the store or I need to go like do a return or drop something off at UPS, I'm EUC all day. Like, the convenience cannot be beat. I don't need hands and I can just send it at 50 miles an hour. Like, okay. But there is a different type of feel, kind of like the difference between skiing and snowboarding. I don't know if many people do both, but there's a,
I can snowboard. I ski before.
Between the two.
It is.
So, I mean, when I'm on a scooter, it's more your whole body is involved in it. You can't be thinking about like, oh, let me change the song or like, oh, let me pull my phone out, check my battery or like doing as much of this. You're just locked into that scooter and I feel like you get to know the gadget a lot more and you've become familiar with its quirks a lot faster and easier. And they're a lot more noticeable than on a wheel where you're attached with your feet. It's a wheel, right?
Gotcha.
Is it accelerating at the same rate that my body is leaning forward? Yes. Okay. Then it works.
Right.
But with the scooter, there's so many different components that all need to be working in harmony and your body's in there. It's just, I don't know. It's different.
A little different. Okay. I can understand that. No, man, it's like, I thought about getting a scooter. I think every EUC rider probably thinks about that, but then I was just like, I just don't have the room for all that stuff. So it is on hold for now. Yeah, dude. So
I have 9 of them in my dining room. I sold my dining room table.
Oh man, that is funny. That
Yeah,
is funny. Now, do
yeah.
you what else? Skateboards. You do skateboards or just what or scooters? Just the scooters
I've
and then
done
you
some
say
e-skates. I've done quite a few e-bikes now, like
the
the
Roadrunner. I
unicycles,
like that little. I
and
like that
mostly
little thing.
scooter.
That
Which
little
one?
thing's up. The Roadrunner, that little freaking pocket rocket e-bike. Oh my
Bro,
goodness!
mine got stolen.
Really?
The only thing I've ever had stolen from me.
Wow.
I let a friend borrow it, which admittedly my fault. Like shouldn't do
They
that.
didn't lock it up.
I had known him for 20 years. He's a good guy. He's a smart guy too. And
Mm.
he lives in a condo downtown. And his landlord wanted to come check out the inside of his unit and do some sort of fire inspection.
Oh no.
And he's like,
Okay.
"Oh, I can't keep it in my house. Then I got to put it in my parking garage." And for whatever reason, he didn't lock it. So he's like, "I don't leave my motorcycle locked down there. It's been fine for 5 years." Like, this is not a motorcycle, dude. There's
Nah,
no
they can't.
VIN. There's no consequences just stealing that
Exactly.
immediately.
Wow.
So yeah, should have
Oh,
never
that
done that.
sucked, dude.
He
That's
was
a
good.
freaking little like a missile. Riding a missile around, dude.
And I had the Apex battery in it, like the 30 amp hour range
Yeah,
extender,
the range
$1,000
extender on it.
add-on. I did a video on installing it actually. Really
Dude,
nice video.
I
And
think the
then
first time you said you got
got
like
stolen
15
before I rode it.
miles, and then you put the range extender, and you got like what about 33 miles, I think it was on it. Was it 33 miles when you did
No,
when you put the range
no.
extender in? What did you get? Oh, you got about 30 miles, right?
I got 30 miles on the stock bike.
Oh, 30. See, I must have it backwards. 'Cause I thought you said you got like you were ripping around in one video, you got like 15 miles on it or something.
I think at full speed, yeah.
Yeah, you were ripping on that video. Yeah, you
There was
said
a
you were.
video where I just pinned it.
Yeah, you were
Well,
just
actually, that
gone.
wasn't on video. It was like a short that I did
Okay, then that's where I
at
caught it
night.
then.
I just pinned it. Was like, okay, yep, 15, 20 miles maybe.
Yeah, I did see that. So
But I did an
that's
actual
crazy though.
range test on the thing, 35-ish miles per hour, stopping at stoplights, things like that. And I think I
Yeah.
got around 30 miles, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it was
Right?
like 30, 33, something around it. Yeah, I did see that one too. So that I mean that's respectable. That's respectable.
But you put that range extender on there. I never even got to do a full range test with the extender on it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And it
Oh,
disappeared
well.
before your eye. Well, not before your eyes, but yeah, that would suck.
The thing is, we got the guy's face, we got their car, we got the friggin' license plates, we got everything. We gave it to the police, filed a police report for the first time in my life. It was like, this guy cannot be hard to find. You have his literal plates and face.
And they didn't
They
find them.
didn't even try. Didn't even call
Nah.
me back after I filed the report.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. It's like
I
sometimes when it
almost went
comes
full
to
V for Vendetta on my channel and was like, if anyone can find this guy, I will pay you.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
I wanted to put a video out and be like, I will find you.
You ever see those videos when people go and they find people's stuff? That's crazy. That's nuts, man.
Who
It's
do I
cool, though.
hire for that? I literally put a $1,000 reward out for anyone
Wow.
that had any information leading to the return of my bike. I missed that thing. That was you're not wrong. That thing is fun.
Yeah, I
You
watched quite a
can't
few
not
videos on
fill out
those
the front
things.
tire.
It's like I guess like their version of like a K6. I think that's the newest one, an Alien Ride thing. It looks like a little mini bike, or you know what I mean, that little two-wheel thing where you just lay tire for like 100 yards on that
Yeah.
thing.
The K6 is in a league of its own, though. I feel like if you've ever ridden one,
Nah, dude, I want to though. I want to. I think I would go to jail on that thing. Literally, I probably would go to jail on that thing. I would go to
you're
jail.
already in jail for thinking about it. It's
I would go
that
to jail
fast.
on that thing. It's like I have a lead foot. People, I mean, like you see me on the wheels, like, no, yeah, dude, I have a serious lead foot. Those are stories I'll save for another time, though.
All right.
I know, dude. I would not fare well with the police officers in this town.
That's
If I
actually why
had
I
anything
sold my
to say.
motorcycle. I had a bunch of
Oh,
motorcycles. I used to ride bikes before all this
oh, really?
happened to my life.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm either gonna be in jail tomorrow or hurt myself seriously. I
Yeah,
shouldn't say
dude.
the K word on the stream, my bad. But
Nah, dude. It's
anyway,
whatever.
yeah.
Unalive
You're
yourself.
like, I know myself well enough that this is not a good idea. I'm gonna be my own parent here and just get rid of this before something terrible happens. And that was back when I had health insurance.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, dude. Like I said, I have some stories in my car that I would not care to share. But yes, but that's good that you I mean, you pretty much you know your limit. You know what I mean? So that's good.
Yeah,
Some people don't, and it's like they just keep pushing, and then good things don't happen. So, so I,
facts.
so I do have a question. So, I mean, you're in, but you're out. What will, I mean, anything else? I mean, you already have the Sherman now. Is there anything else catching your eye as far as like EUCs? I know the Rocket. The name speaks for itself. That little thing, 168 volt, 16-inch
The
wheel.
F-22, I feel like, has got my
Okay,
attention until I
nice.
see one in person. You know.
Oh, you didn't see one yet? Okay. I didn't get to see it in person. I just got to see the certain videos. I know New York. I don't know if they did a demo. I know Ronan put out a really good Ronan Ryder put out a good video on that. What else is coming out? Oh, the C8 slash Nikola. They got a new one coming
Yeah,
out.
no, just call it a Nikola. Like,
I don't see why they didn't just call it a Nikola. You can't have a round wheel and
like
not call
Zen
it a
was
Nikola.
saying, piggyback off the name that already won.
Right?
You know?
They named it after the new Corvette, the C8. No, man, it's called a Nikola and just leave it at that. You know how many people have been waiting for an updated Nikola and they're just going to want to change the name? Come on, man.
Well, I guess the C8 and the Nikola are the same in the sense that, like, old guys who like to think it's still nice are going to buy one because it's got a new name, but it's the same.
Right. Nah, I think they would get more with the Nikola. I mean, that wheel's still like legendary. It is. It's like, you think of wheels,
It really is. That's
16X and the Monster, Nikola, you know, all those are like legendary status wheels, man. You can't.
They really are. Just because they were the first of their
Mhm.
time. You know?
And New York riders are still
First solid
flying
good wheel.
around on those things. They're still clocking miles on those Nicholas.
Yeah, I think I met a guy with like 20,000 miles on his or something insane like that.
I talked to a dude today, if I'm not mistaken. He has 17,000 miles on his Nikola. I was talking to him tonight. Yeah, 17,000 miles. I was like, good golly, you got more miles on that thing than I put on my freaking car.
I got 8G on the Sherman OG in 2 years.
Wow, that's good
I
mileage.
love that wheel.
That's another legendary wheel. That wheel
the
is
OG Sherm.
Yeah,
For sure.
It changed the ball game.
It really did. It was like, we can actually make good wheels, you know. We're not just all about money.
Yeah.
They were the first people to just nail it across the board. Durability, range, balance, speed. It was just, yeah, I love that thing so much.
I still think the OG, in my opinion, I still think the OG Sherman has one of the best form factors of a wheel. You have 3,200 watt-hour battery, all that range, good power, 77 pounds, dude. It's only like 77 pounds. That's crazy.
I was going to say, what about the Sherman Max? But that does weigh a little more.
Yeah. Basically, the Sherman Max, just the little bit of flaws that they had with the Sherman, they just fixed it with the Max. And the Max still
I've owned the Sherman OG, Sherman Max, Sherman S, and now Sherman L. Those are the only things I've ever actually bought with my own money besides my first scooter.
Wow. So that says a lot. And you look at all the stuff that you review and
the Leaper Kim, you know, big, what do they call, flagship units that come out. I will spend my own money on those because they're worth it.
It is. I would have to say, when you get a Leaper Cam, I love Pagode. Don't get me wrong. I do. I have Pagode wheels. But it's just like Leaper Cam, that freaking quality. You could just check off almost every freaking box, dude. They're good. They're good wheels, man. Captain Descendant, what's happening, brother? Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. What about, do you have a patent?
Do not.
You don't have a patent? Okay. All right.
You know, I feel like for me that sort of just fell between the S and the L with the links. You know?
Gotcha.
There are two wheels for smaller people. They needed to come out with something smaller that couldn't just be a massive flagship wheel.
Yeah.
So they put those two out, and I do respect them. I've ridden a Lynx and a Patent before.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the appeal, but not enough to drop $3,000 on.
Right. Now, what about the? I saw you ripping around before. That's about a year ago. I think you were on a V14. What did you What did you think
About a
about the
year
V4?
ago, my app.
Was it
That's like
longer?
a favorite wheel that if I don't need to send it to Seattle and I don't need to go like on a 45, 50 mile an hour road, I love the V14.
Wow.
I really do. I don't know if anyone's had issues with it or if there's like any sort of stigma carrying around with it, but for me, that wheel has been nothing but excellent. And the more I grew into getting used to it, just like any wheel, really, but this one more so. When I first got it, I hated it. Like my feet were killing me. I'm like, damn, I can only go 40 miles an hour. But the more you realize how agile and how much torque that thing has, it's so fun. Plus, there's that extra little cherry on top of how the tire sounds.
Yeah, because Johnny
sounds like two tires at once somehow.
Like a freaking little F1. Yeah, Johnny Go Room's been banging out some really good videos on the V14, man. He's scooting around on that thing.
So fun. Plus, it's one of the easiest wheels I've ever ridden, including my V8 to pendulum on and like ride backwards on. I can ride backwards at 20 miles an hour without even thinking about it.
Wow, dude. I still got to learn.
On the ET Max, it's like, oh.
Yeah, the Max.
One little hiccup and you're going down.
I rode the Max. I demoed that wheel. It's you gotta, she got some hips on her, man.
she got some hips
on her. She got some hips on her, dude.
Were you riding it when what was the guy who had this thing before me? I always tell everyone. It was a New York rider.
Ronan had it. I demoed it with Ronan, the ET Max, down at Pier 76. I think he had a demo day at Pier 76.
I'm forgetting the channel name right now. Go George Go.
Go George Go's up in Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's up in. I believe it's Rhode Island. He's up there. I like it. He has a good channel too, and his freaking.
I like watching his stuff.
Oh my goodness, his crew is funny, dude. I mean, dude. Oh my goodness, I love watching their stuff. If you want a good laugh, guys are crazy in a good way.
Yeah, he's a fun crazy, but he had this ET Max before me. And he put 1,200 miles on it. Jeez. And he crashed it a couple times, or people in his crew crashed it a couple times. And then he was sending it back to Alien, and Alien was like, I don't want this trash back. Just send it to like who's on the way back to California. Oh yeah, send it to Ginger.
That is so funny, man.
I think they literally forgot they sent it to me. Shout out Alien Rides.
That's it, man. Free will, baby.
Yeah, my L's broken now, so that's if I need to go 50, that's my go-to wheel. That's a wheel.
Funny. Captain
the suspension is trash.
We're on the ET Max?
On the ET Max?
Wow.
Trash. Like I would rather have a hardtail than that suspension.
Really? Ooh, okay.
It's bad.
Okay. That's what out at the big global race, that's what Aaron Doria went on, was a ET Max.
That's what I've been telling people around here. That's all it does good. The track.
Yeah, he won with that thing.
Or a piece of bark.
That's it.
That's it. I can bottom the thing out just by like bending my knees a little bit.
Damn, dude, I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't like put it through its paces. I jumped on. I did my little thing. It was just, for me, it was just maybe a little too big. I mean, I can ride big wheels, but it's just like, to me, it's not something that it would sit around, because it's not something where I'm just going to grab. I need something. The Lynx is good enough for me. It's like 88 pounds. It's good enough to get in the car. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm trying to keep my wheels under 100 pounds now. I'm trying to.
When I got that ET Max from Alien, I let a few people ride it, and myself, I was like, this is just too big. It's like a boat. It comes up above your knees on the wheel. But actually, after riding it for a couple hundred miles, kind of like any wheel, you grow into it.
You grow into it. And you're tall, too.
Okay. I'm tall, and it's one of the only wheels I can sit on without looking like I'm sitting in a clown car.
Dude, I give you credit for that, because it took me, people, how come we don't ride seated? I'm like, dude, I got legs on me like a stork. And when I would sit down, like I always tell you, I look like a kangaroo. It's not comfortable. So the Lynx is like really the first wheel that I can actually sit on and be like, oh man, I can ride this thing seated. So I have a lot of catching up to do on seated riding, but I was never comfortable. My buddy had a Nikola that he put a seat on, and I could actually ride that seated. That was because the seat was a little bit higher, but other wheels, man,
those are tall seats though.
Yeah,
it's all about the pedal to top of the wheel height. You know that
exactly. I can't ride my knees all bent up like that. Oh, 8,000. Yeah, I got you, Captain.
People had seats on the MSP and the RS.
Remember that?
I spent like $300 on the seat and was like, "What are y'all talking about?"
Yeah, dude, I
What?
remember that. I have one. I still have mine. I don't know how.
I feel like I'm on a squatty potty in
It's like,
Thailand or something. Like, bro,
dude,
what?
right? And they would pop down on that thing like nothing. I remember like the New
Yeah,
York route. I remember that, dude. I have one sitting right in there. I was like, I could never use it. I had to stack
the
two on
only
top
way
of
I
each other
made
and
it
still couldn't do
happen,
it.
I had the heels on the front of my pedals, so it looked like more like I was kind of like sitting in an office chair or something.
Dude,
But
that's crazy. And you're, dude, like I said, you're tall. I don't know how you did it. I couldn't do
I
it.
didn't really. It was
Too
the
uncomfortable.
dumbest thing I've ever bought. I think was the seat for my RS.
That's funny. Yeah, dude, I didn't work. RS is like it's shaped like a toaster, like a fat toaster. But I love it. Okay, here we go. So, George, what's happening, brother? Welcome to the stream. We got Captain Send It. What is the story with your fast charger to have put on that many miles? Do you like or want to go upgrade? That is a lot of miles, but no,
I'm
dude.
curious. Yeah, how many amps you charging at with a wheel of that many miles? Because people will tell you left and right, "Oh, you're going to kill your battery." But I have yet to notice any like degradation that's actually notable just from using a fast charger.
Dude.
I charge the V14 at 16 amps every time.
And the battery's still good. And that has what 50 S's, right? 50 S's in the amp.
Yeah, it does have the 50 S's, so like they're meant for high
Take
charge.
a little more punishment. But I know a dude out of Pittsburgh. He has over 8,000 miles on a V11. On a Motion V11, yeah. He rides the snot out of that thing, man. He just got a Sherman S, and he loves it. Oh, so he's saying he's using a Pit
12
Zoom.
to 14 amps. Pid Zoom, shout out Pid Zoom. I own both of their chargers too.
I need to get one of those. I need to get a charger. 12 to 14, okay, and
because that's the max you can do on a household outlet, probably.
Oh, so he's asking, Stan, do you use an EUC for recreation or commute?
Both, definitely both.
Yeah.
I found lately I only will hop on scooters if I need to film a video on them or if I just got it.
Okay.
I'll get a scooter in, send it around for a couple 100 miles, and then it'll just kind of like find its place parked in my fleet.
Mm-hmm.
But then it comes time to do a review video on it, I'll ride it. But I never find myself with an excuse to be like, should I take the Sherman L or should I take this massive scooter out my front door?
Right. Yeah. It's just, again, the EUC, the form factor is what makes them so potent, man. So potent. Yeah. And even like the Aero, what's crazy about it, right? It does everything well. Great suspension. You know, I was watching videos, people trying to bottom it out. I want to demo that wheel so bad. Dude, it only weighs like 55 pounds, dude. 55 pounds.
Wow, what? We left that out of the whole equation. That's a game changer right there.
55 pounds. Dual, has the hydraulic suspension, 126 volt. So it has
that's a skinny supermodel wheel. That's what that is.
3-inch tire. 3-inch tire on it. I think you can actually, you can upgrade if you want. I think Afi said if you want, you can get if you get the street tire, it's 3.5. So I mean, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a competitive option right there. 55 pounds.
And think about it. Right now, they're holding that price a little over $1,800 at next gen. E-Wheels is a little more, but you can get that wheel for under $2,000. Now the battery's not that big.
Buy one of those for my wife.
You should. My wife will need it. Yeah, she needs an upgrade. She has I love that wheel though. V10. She has a V10F. Underrated wheel. So George is saying, I'm waiting for a Pit Zoom. I'm waiting for it to make a dual fast charger. Okay. Can charge 2 different voltage wheels.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I get that. You can basically split the charge with the amps. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's going to cost twice as much. That's going to be a $500 charger at that point.
Yeah. Didn't I don't know if they were charging at different voltages, but I think on one of the rides, Roger and him they charge like 3 or 4 wheels off of one like charger. They
I've done that before too.
Yeah.
If you have 3 similar wheels that all are at similar voltages,
Mhm.
you know, like I think I was on the Sherman and we were all at like 90 volts. It's like, fuck it, let's get some splitters, plug everybody in. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
It works.
It works.
As long as you're not near top charge, you know.
Right. Exactly. Since you noticed you're okay, the Rocket. Yeah. Are there any updates on the Rocket? Why does Extreme Bull do such a horrible job of promotion and drop there? The thing is now, it's like the Rocket, the promotion was good. And then it's like the tariffs hit or they didn't hit, you know, you're in between. So how's the wheel even going to get over here right now? I think that's the problem that they're having.
Who's reselling the Rocket in the US?
eWheels has it, Next Gen has it. I think it's a little beast, man. I mean, it's completely, of course, it's not going to have the same build quality as the Aero, but it has a bigger battery, 1500 watt hour, 168 volts. So the thing is quick, man.
Yeah, that'll be a rocket.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Appropriately named wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think I just think right now the way things are going, it's just so much uncertainty with the new wheels and, you know, the pricing and the tariffs. It's just, and they couldn't foresee this coming.
Dan's not wrong though. Historically, like Extreme Bull does do pretty weak marketing compared to a lot of these wheels. A lot of brands, anyways.
You know, the crazy part is, and I might get some flack for saying, Extreme Bull is nothing but Begode, dude. I mean, they use all Begode parts, basically, right? So it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think they're probably made in the same factory. It wouldn't surprise me.
Dude.
It's like 2 different groups of buddies making wheels together.
I'm running out of pedals or something. Run over to the Begode warehouse, get the pedals. We're out of motors. Go get the Begode.
Or just the Begode pile. Like there's probably just 2 piles of pedals. You know, it's like
it's all.
They're definitely intermingled.
Yeah,
very closely.
So, yeah,
equally as likely to catch on fire.
Oh damn, that's funny. Oh, okay, that's a good thing. So he's asking, is anyone planning to go to Malaysia? Right. You didn't go to that. I don't think you went to. Did you go to the Global Race in China?
No.
Okay. I wanted to, but I didn't. And I said if another one would happen, I would go. But this is the issue with me, right? So I can only do like one like big race. And I know AMP Games is like maybe a month or 2 before that out in Bentonville. So if I go to AMP Games, I wouldn't be able to go to Malaysia. I can only do one. So I would have to pick one.
I mean, if I were you, I would go to Malaysia just because it's not just a race at that point. Like international travel is always fun. I love traveling.
Yeah, dude. So that's the thing, dude. I always wanted to do AMP Games. I mean, Seth, and they put on a great event. So I don't know, man.
That thing grew up so fast.
It did. They're doing great things
shout out
too,
to
man.
Seth. Like
big shout out to Seth.
OG in the community now. He came up out of nowhere and just fucking. He's like.
Yeah.
Got to be one of the top wheel representatives right now in the US.
And he's a good dude, man.
He really is. Freaking dude. He has a good come up story, and he's just a genuine person.
Yeah, good freaking dude. Spartacus, what's happening, brother? Yeah, man, Spartacus. I get always in the trenches with us, man. Yeah, dude. So that would be my biggest thing. I don't know, but it would be fun to go to Malaysia too. Like you said, just to meet like everybody, you know what I mean? International would be freaking fun. Would I race? I don't know. I think I would go just to be there, get the footage, do some interviews and things like that. That would be more of my style. I mean, I'm not much of a racer. I like to do it, but I'm not bringing home any medals, but it would still be fun just to go.
We're to the point now where we've been having races for so long that there are people who like that's their personality now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they will win. They will sacrifice their body to win.
I can't do that.
And I don't care that much.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's just
like, unless there's money involved. If there's prize pool over 50K, I will send it with clear disregard for my own
ride it to
body.
Ride it. Yeah. If it was like that, I can see, but like for me to go put my health on the line for free. I'm not now. Again, I give hats off to anyone that can do that, but I
Right.
can't. Not at this stage in my life.
Same.
Yeah, I can't.
I woke up wrong a few days ago and I sprained my ankle. I didn't even do anything. Got
Yeah.
out of bed, I was like, oh,
Right.
okay, I'm out for a couple days, I guess.
Yeah, man. It's no, even like I don't know if you know, like, man, it was 2021, April 2021. Dude, I nearly got killed on my EUC. I got hit head on by an SUV. Thing jumped through a stop sign, and it was just like, man.
Head on.
Yeah, it was. Well, he hit me from the side, but he hit me like that. I'm going this way, and oh yeah, dude, that was freaking horrible. And then after that, I was like, I was gonna start riding, and then I was just like, let me sort of weigh my options a little bit, and it just changed my whole style of like. That's why I'm like, I'm just a cruiser, man. And I mean, I wasn't riding fast. I'm on a freaking Tesla V2, so it's not like I was, you know what I mean? But it just really put everything.
Doesn't matter how fast you're going. If he's T-boning you,
goodness,
like,
dude, that was horrible.
Crazy, dude. You got lucky.
I got really lucky. They like after it happened, there, ambulance come down, cops, dude, they were coming down to shovel my body up and put it in the body bag. And then when they're looking at me like, dude, are you freaking Wolverine or something, man? Because there's no way you should. There's no way you should have survived that, man. No way. No way, man.
What were your, if you don't mind my asking, what were your injuries? What did you sustain?
I had a broken ankle. I had a grand tear to my left knee. My hip was just all out of whack. My left hip was, yeah, it was.
You think with the size of the grill on an SUV, dude?
Dude, it looked like if you looked at the hood of the car and a bumper, like the hood looked like Thor's hammer hit it, but that was all like my elbow and upper body came down. It was bang, and then my shoulder was all messed up, and it took the hip and the knee. My ankle's still a little wacky, but my hip and knee took like forever to heal up. It got to the point where I actually thought my femur was broken or cracked because that took the bumper. My hip was basically between the emblem and then the light of the of the SUV. I was right in between, so that took like all the hit, man. Oh my goodness, It was horrible.
That's probably a big bone bruise for a long time.
Oh my goodness, dude.
My roommate got hit. What is it? 2 years ago now. He was sending it down the bike lane. I mean, I won't get too many details because I don't know if he wants to even talk about it, but he got hit by a car and he was in the hospital for 2 months. He broke multiple bones in his arm, broke both of his wrists. Like, I think he broke his leg. Yeah, you can get hurt let's just say that. You can get hurt really fast, really easily on a wheel. And
really bad.
Like, at our age, we're not 20 anymore.
Nah, dude, I'm no spring chicken. I'm not. And it's like you find out how helpless you are when you get hit by a vehicle and it doesn't. I'm talking, dude. No, it doesn't even have to be an SUV. It can be a freaking smart car or something. You just don't have, anything. We're no protection. And something moving at that rate of speed, dude,
everything else is made of steel and metal, and you're just a human flesh bag floating across, like hoping not to get hit.
Yeah, man. And that's when I was
it doesn't turn out well in a lot of situations.
Yeah, dude. Yes, Spartacus, appreciate you, brother. If you've already hit the like button, hit the thank you button. I don't think they have a thank you button, but hit the thank you button.
Hit the button. Thank you. They
Smash it. Yeah, man. Please do that. Help us fly through the
if you like the stream, subscribe, hit the like button, like share this video around in all the EUC communities, get some viewers in here. It helps.
Yeah, man.
The algorithm's a very mysterious, tricky.
It is, dude. It's just like I always tell people, content, you never know. It's not easy making content. Not at all.
Preaching to the choir over here.
Oh, dude. I have horror stories with me making content, and I'm like, okay. I went on a ride. You've done it. You go on a ride. You're like, yeah, man, I got some good content. You come home. What? Where is it? Didn't record anything,
dude. Oh my The amount of times that I've gone out for a ride and been like, that was solid. And then I go to hit the end camera button and then it turns on.
Oh
Like,
my
wait,
goodness,
it
man.
was off
I've
the
done
whole
that.
time?
I've done that.
Even worse. I don't know if you own DJI or Rode microphones, like an external microphone. You forget to turn on the receiver or the transmitter, or it like runs out of batteries before one of the other. I did. Oh my god.
I've done it. And you just have like there's times where I say I just gotta do a voiceover because it's like, your mouth is, Charlie Chaplin movie, silent freaking movie, man. I've had so many things.
The worst.
Yeah. The last I lost the footage. And the thing is, I don't know what happened. I come home and the footage, it just was no good. I was like, what's going on? I couldn't use any of it, man. It was just, I was like,
that's happened to me before, where the SD card actually went bunk as I took it out the camera or something, because you plug it in the computer, all the files are corrupt.
Yeah.
Just like, what? Hold on. That's
I've got that too.
What do you mean corrupt? That's all my B-roll.
Yep. I've done it.
Okay.
And it's like, dude, I'm just taking it from the camera, put it in the computer, all corrupt. Been there, done that.
And you want to talk about bunk footage? Last summer when I got hacked, I lost I lost probably 2 hard drives worth of footage. But all the videos I was working on that were like actively, I had projects in Premiere Pro that hadn't been exported yet. Mm-hmm. Everything gone off all the drives, all the probably 6 terabytes worth of writing footage.
Jeez Louise, dude. Jeez Louise, that sucks. Okay, guys, listen up. And then you can piggyback off this because you make a lot of content. So right now, the big camera that everyone's testing is the X5, right? This is what I want to say to anybody. Please listen up. If you make content, it doesn't have to be EUC content. I don't care. Okay. The big thing is with the X5, and this is what I noticed, and I want to hear your opinion on this. Everyone's shooting right now in 8K to get the best quality image to throw up on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, people, if you don't make
codec
content,
doesn't support that.
I'm like, do you realize how big an 8K file is? A lot of people's computer, you can't even process a freaking 8K file, let alone even doing a 4K file at 60 frames. People's computers start putting around. Dude, that is entirely too huge for your average content maker to even use that. And people need to say that. Yeah, the camera looks great, but your average person is not going to be shooting footage at 8 freaking K, man. No. Camera, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I got a couple of cameras laying around here. Like, let's see how many I can scrounge up.
And your stuff still looks good, Brady.
Like, do I know my stuff yet?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
look at that.
The 8K footage is. There are very few monitors that can even play back in 8K.
Exactly.
What matters most is the sensor size of the camera that you shot on. Like, if you have a 1-inch sensor DSLR, like mirrorless, it's going to look way better than an 8K 60 FPS GoPro.
Yeah. Get, like I said, 1-inch sensor. If you need an action camera, the the Pocket 3 is really good. Shoots good, low light, that type of thing. But like I said, there are these people coming out. I mean, you just got to be honest. It looks great. It does. X5 looks great. But I'm sorry. Not no 8K. Go down to 4K. Let people see what it looks like in a low light with the 4K and all that type of stuff. But even again, man, 4K, it's still the files are freaking huge. Like the stuff I had last week. I have a QCam Ultra. No, not the Ultra, just a regular QCam 360 camera. Right, shooting with that. I was shooting in 5.7K. The image looks great, but the file's freaking huge. I go in a CapCut. I have to drop it down to 720 just to process it. You know what I mean? So
you need a good computer.
Yeah, and I'm using a Mac, and it's still like you can hear the computer sound like a freaking boat trying to process it. And then once I render everything and export it, I only take it up to 2K. I don't even do it in 4K because the files are too freaking big.
Yeah,
files are too damn big.
I had to get a 20 terabyte RAID set up with like a 14900K processor, 4070 Ti graphics card, just to even export the 4K 60 FPS videos.
So So guys, it's like, and like Brady said, he's still using an X2. And the thing is too, a lot of these action cameras, if you're not shooting low light footage, if your lighting is decent, you can get away with the cameras like the DJI 5, even the Action 4. I mean, you can find that camera now. I saw it as low as $200 at one time. Still a really great camera. And unless you're shooting all low light, then I would go with like maybe the DJI 5, or like you're using right there, the DSLR with the bigger sensors. You're going to get really good images. But
well, this thing is my baby, dude. This is like,
true.
I will only bust this out on special occasions to get the B-roll. It does not go in the backpack, you know.
Nah, don't put
camera.
that in the pack, man. In case you go down, you don't want
But
that.
you film a 1-minute video of that thing. Like if I want to do a flyby on a scooter or a unicycle or something, set it up on the tripod, you know, hit record 4K 120 FPS. I get home, the file's like 16 gigs.
Yeah.
For a 2-minute video.
Yeah.
It's
no joke, man.
Unfathomable.
Yeah. So my advice to anybody, again, I would love to get the X5. I thought about getting it. Then I start thinking, I'm like, wait a second, man. I'm not going to be shooting in 8K.
No, 8K is a gimmick. Like right now, you got to keep in mind, if the person's monitor can even play back 8K, you're not going to notice it on a tiny phone screen. Like the human eye can't notice details that fine.
Nope.
And B, half the people that are watching the video are on mobile anyway. And so you're assuming already that they have an extremely fast Wi-Fi connection, because if they don't, it's just going to, like, YouTube will automatically bump it down to 720 or whatever.
It bumps it down. Yep.
They got to be hooked up with super fast Wi-Fi with the best phone. Like, it's not, no one's watching it in 8K. Let's just say that.
No, not at all. And like I said, that's the thing. I wish that more content creators that get the cameras would be just completely honest and be like, hey, this is what it is. Show all your cars, show your computer what you're using and all that type of stuff. But nah, man, I would wait a little bit. I was going to pull the trigger and get an X5. It looks great. But if I was going to get it, I would just use it. Limit, you know, if you want to get some shots, like you said, get some B-roll, that type of thing, and just sprinkle it in. But making it my main camera and shooting at a high, you know, frame rate and high resolution, to me, it just doesn't make any, for me anyway, it's just
too high frame rate, though. You can get really, really good slow-mos.
You get excellent slow-mo. Excellent.
If you're a slow-mo on a wheel, like, it looks like you're defying gravity for longer periods of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you can still get decent, like I said, you can shoot 4K 60 frames. And as long as your lighting is good, you can get away with the GoPros and DJIs, as long as you have decent lighting.
Oh, yeah. I've got a GoPro 8 that'll film 4K.
I have an 8.
FPS, I think.
I got an 8. That's why I shoot most of my footage on it. Dude, I'm still shooting on a DJI Action 3, and I have a GoPro 8. I mean, I've shot.
You don't need, a lot of people will make that mistake when they're starting out. Man, I got to get a good camera. I'm going to spend all this money and get all set up. No, you need good content. That's what you need. You need something that will hook the audience in. You need to be like personable. There's a whole other aspect to making videos besides your camera, because your camera doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude, I shot before I had my DJI. I was shooting videos. I had this camera called a Get Up. I mean, that thing is.
I think I remember that actually.
Remember that? I had a Get Up too. And then I end up getting these 2 Picasso Brave 7LEs, and I shot a lot of videos on those things, dude. Beat the snot out those 2 cameras. And then I end up getting the DJI. No, I get an MTX. Or I can't. It was like I can't even say a knockoff version. It was basically almost the same version as its a Picasso Brave 7LE with a different name on it. That's basically what it was, and it shot a little bit warmer of a color on it. And then I ended up getting a DJI, and I shot, dude, a ton of videos. I think I shot over 400 videos on that freaking camera. Yeah, a lot.
You bought new batteries for it yet? That's what
I have 2 batteries. And
have you had a battery expire in the camera yet?
No. I haven't had any problem. I had a problem with DJI batteries swelling up. Not the DJI, the GoPro batteries, man. Those things will swell up on you.
That's what I was about to say. I broke a GoPro 7 Black. I think it was. The battery swelled up inside the camera and cracked the camera frame.
I've never had a problem with the DJI, just the GoPro batteries. They swell up it's like you can't pull it. Hard to pull it
Shout
off the
out.
camera, dude.
Shout out to Small Rig. They make these things, and you can put your GoPro batteries inside of them, and it'll tell you the charge level on the front of the display here.
Nice.
Like, third-party batteries are always the way to go.
Yeah, I got a little. Well, it doesn't. It's not as fancy as yours, but this is what I use for my DJI. I just got the 2. Put the little thing in, and
Anything with an external case you can charge in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there, guys, you got look at it. You got EUC tech. You got scooter tech. We're giving you camera knowledge. Yeah, man.
Covering the gambit.
Covering the gambit. So I gotta ask you.
I'm a true nerd though. Like anything electronics, I'm all about it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Did you? Oh, I do have a question for you. Have you been to the Electrified Expo?
Yeah, actually.
Dude, those things. I went to the auto show this year, and I did press work. You know, I got the press credential, dude. It was I hate to say it was so boring. And I don't know. The New York Auto Show was so boring. And I was comparing it with the Electrified Expo. The Electrified Expo was so much better. You can literally go there. You can drive the cars. You know,
you can drive. They got a little test track for everything set up.
And the one in New York, the test track was nice. Some of them will let you take it out on the road. The e-bikes, the e-skates, you could ride. They will let you ride all that stuff if you're a certain age. You know, you can't be young, but yeah, you can. It's so interactive compared to the auto show. Anybody, if you go to the expo, go to the Electrified Expo, I'm telling you, way better.
Yeah, Electrify Expo is sick, and it has grown up a lot too. Kind of like amp games. I mean,
yeah, dude.
Like it started out as just a little sort of like, well, Electrify what? They're gonna have an electric car, okay? And now they have every brand, like Volvo, BMW, everyone's there. They got every scooter brand. They got tons of e-skates and e-bike. I actually went there and like Shibby and Kelly were there. We were testing out a 3-wheeled little trike car thing. It was awesome.
That's cool, man.
And I got flown out to New York for the Electrify Expo by Hey Bike and got to test all the new e-bikes over there.
You were there last year?
I think it was 2 years ago. Maybe it was last year. I don't know.
Yeah, because I went last year. I saw Willie Brady. He was there ripping it up on the track. Dude, that was cool too. They had a nice, they did the EUC race out there. Show. Everybody was out there, dude. Everybody was out there, man.
It must have been the year before that then, because there was not a big UC scene yet.
Yeah, they did. Dude, they had a really good race out there last year, man. Impressive. It was fun. It was fun. Those guys were racing their asses off, man. Damn.
I would go and do that. I mean, I know we were talking about I wouldn't race, but like if all the legends are there and you're in front of people, like I feel like I
might do that this year. Willie, I might do that this year. I might actually, because if I'm not mistaken, I think they might break it down. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're still in there, Brady, they might have different brackets. I'm thinking maybe amateur, professional, that whole type. I think that's how they're going to do it this year. So I would race amateur because I don't race very much. I normally do like a race a year. I do the Wheel Life Rally. Cobra's Rally's awesome too.
I did the Northwest Electrify Expo. I got 6th place.
Nice. Nice.
Dude, Shibby cleaned up though so hard. Like everyone else was within a couple seconds of each other, and Shibby was like 2 minutes ahead. What? Oh, and I think Zach was the 2nd place guy. I just rode that course. How is it physically possible you did that fast?
It's crazy how fast some of these guys are, man. I was watching these dudes go down the back straight, and I know people are tired of hearing me say it, and I was just like, oh my goodness. You see it on camera, but to see it in person, you're like, what the heck, man? How is that even possible? How is it even possible?
It's a plume of blurriness behind them. You can barely see them go by. They're riding the beeps the whole time, basically.
Yeah. It was incredible. It really, really was. Like I said, that like you said, all the legends were there. All the legends. Willie Bray, everybody was there, man. Them dudes, the ladies too, rolling out.
There is something to be said about watching an EUC race, even if it is lower speed. Just the risk factor involved in everyone that you're watching. Like I just said earlier, they're meat bags floating around with speed. Dude. It's crazy.
And look who we have. Speaking of a legend, Seth, E-Rod Life. In the
house. There he is. The man, the myth.
There he is. And even the E-Skate. Like I was watching Mario Chacon. Dude, he was ripping it up on an EUC, then jumped right on a skateboard and just I was just like, what the frick, dude? And he just looked like Silver Surfer.
Yeah, knees
Whizzing
to the
around. Yeah,
ground,
dude, it's
dude.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Captain, send it. I'll be there.
nice. You're talking about Malaysia, Captain Senate? No, I mean, Seth, are you going to Malaysia? If that's what you're talking about, or are you talking about the Expo, Electrified Expo?
I'll go to Malaysia if someone will go with me, but I'm not going to fly there alone and get my own hotel room, you know?
Dude, if I gotta see, I gotta see
If
if
I
the
got a
prices
buddy or
aren't
two to
bad.
go with me, maybe we get hotel rooms adjacent to each other.
Ooh. Seth is gone, man. Seth, that's tempting, dude. That is tempting, man.
Okay, dude. So we're all going to Malaysia.
I
That's
know, right?
the main takeaway of this stream right now.
Let me tell my wife, hey, honey, I'm going to Malaysia. I told her, so here we go. It's on stream.
It's on stream.
Oh yeah, they provide a hotel. They do. Good looking out,
What?
Cap. They provide the hotel. Yeah, I think what you have to do, you have to pay this year. I think to rent the EUC. I believe they'll pay for the hotel and some of the food.
They're giving you rental EUCs? I don't even have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So
Last year, dude,
they show up with my human body, and then
yeah, that's it. Last year, I think they provided the wheels. You didn't have to rent it, but this year it's gonna be bigger. So yeah.
I always assumed you guys were shipping them there and like riding your own, custom. Do you get to pick the EUC at least? Because they take a while to get used to, you know.
Well, I think again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think some of the guys did go. What they did, they had a list of wheels that you could pick from. It was like a pool. You know what I mean? So you could take if you wanted the Commander, not the Commander, the Blitz or whatever. They were all Begode wheels though. Last year, I think that's all you could take was all Begode. I think it might be the same this year. I think it's
no
all Begode.
surprise though, really on that front. Like if you're gonna win a race, it's probably gonna be on a Begode.
Yeah, they're cleaning house on the podiums. They provide the hotel. Come to Ampton. We all are Willie Brady, dude. We'll talk, Brady. Because like I said, you guys travel from way more than me. Yeah. So
excuse me. Getting over a cold over here. So come to Amped. So are they back-to-back events? Like, is this a thing that could actually happen? Because I could justify that as a business write-off, I think.
Amped is in, dude, I keep getting the days. There's so many events now. Amped is it? No, Amped is, I can't.
September?
I want to say no, September or November.
Seth would know. Where did he go?
Yeah, Seth, let us know the dates for Amped. I don't want to say the wrong thing here.
Entry fee and rental wheel. Are there prizes at the podium? Like,
yeah, they're having more prizes.
Am I just doing this for fun, or what are we talking?
He said, "Well, dude, he says we eat more than we ride.
Mostly just eat more than we ride."
Okay,
don't get me tempted.
Okay, so that's cool. Look, so 600 all inclusive for hotel. That's not bad at all. And food. 300 to rent a wheel. 20% off the wheel. Oh, if you want to buy it. Okay.
Do they ship it back to my actual house, or am I responsible for that?
Nah, I don't. He might have to pay the shipping back.
So
basically, you're paying full price for the thing.
Yeah,
that's for the 20%. Come on, Bill. You can knock a little more. Do at least 35. Cheap holiday.
All inclusive hotel though. That's not bad, really.
No, that's not bad at all.
What's the event like? 4 days.
That's not bad at all, dude. That would be fun, man. To hang out with all you guys too. Just to hang out with you guys, it would be freaking wicked fun, man.
Just to hang out and go to a meal with all.
I know, dude. That would be like I can mark that off my freaking bucket list. We got what's that, Willie Brady? 200-volt X-Way for winter. Woo!
200-volt. Yeah, okay.
Wow. Oh, they'll ship. Okay, Willie's saying yes, ship to your house. Okay. But it's your responsibility. All right, got it. That's what I got to do too. I got to get.
I'm automatically out. I'll give Jason some more money. I don't care. I don't need 20% off that bad. I don't know if you bought a wheel from eWheels and actually used their customer service and support that Jason does, but he is like,
he's on it.
He's on it. Flies on shit. He'll send you.
He's on it.
You send him, hey man, I think I got this problem. He will respond with a tracking number for parts.
Yeah, dude, I ordered something and it was crazy. It said like it's going to take this amount of time, and then it's like, but what I'm saying, it took the actual date they gave me, and when it came, it got here like maybe 3 days sooner than it should. I was like, wait a second, they're dude, customer service is impeccable.
And I actually worked at eWheels for a few weeks, and I know for a fact it is 99.9% Jason, like behind the email customer service inbox, running the show, telling everyone else what to do. Like,
wow,
it's that one man. He does not sleep. He's Terminator.
That's something else. Dude, their customer service is freaking off the chain.
Yep.
3 wheel. Okay, look at that, dude. 3 wheels for each class as a prize. Oh, man,
now we're talking. 3 wheels for each class. How many classes?
Wow.
Just like amateur and pro, or what?
That would be what, amateur, pro, novice, or is that
high speed race, marathon race, off road race?
I would do.
What's a marathon race? I feel like that's kind of up to the wheel more than me.
Damn, dude, that's gonna be what? How many miles is that thing gonna be? Right? Yeah, I wonder how long that's gonna be.
I feel like I would be best at that. Off road race, I could do it. High speed race, I would not win.
I would be better.
But a marathon race, I can spend all day. Let's go.
Yeah, my legs are pretty good, man. I think that's my strong point for riding. I got strong legs. Off road, I like off road. I wouldn't make a good high speed rider. It depends on how tight the course is too. Like if it's like one of the courses that are kind of, I like that. But where you're taking the wheel up, just riding the beach the whole time, that's not me. I don't know, Stan. I don't think Leaper Kim is going to be at this race. I don't think so. Leaper Kim's kind of low profile, though.
No, yeah, they don't need to pay for marketing. Word of mouth does everything for them.
Yeah, they're low profile, man. They are very low profile.
Plus, I don't think any of the wheels really have a competitive racing edge more than, you know what I mean? We're good.
Nah, dude, you're not going to see. Unless In Motion comes out with a faster wheel or a King Song, you're not going to see any of those. Not on a high speed circuit anyway. You might be able to squeeze something out on a off road, maybe. And I'm saying maybe, but like those fast tracks, nah, dude. The only other thing I would say is like the Extreme Bull. Like I know, like the Commander Pros, those things were doing. Like was it Max? Max was on that hopped up Commander Pro whooping ass on that thing. Yeah. I'll tell you what's funny. I did, and Brady, maybe you can answer this because I don't know what was in that thing. Declan came to the Wheel Life Rally last year. He had a freaking, I believe it was a hopped up MCM5. Dude, I don't know what he had in that thing. He was hauling ass. I'm like, what is in this thing, dude? It was like, there's no way in the world he should have been moving that fast on that wheel, dude. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I think the only thing that messed it, because he was running at the front of the pack, he ended up getting a flat tire. He ended up getting it flat. Otherwise, dude, I don't know.
He was legit racing the thing?
Yeah, it was an MCM5.
Wow. Yeah. So he just went full sleeper on it.
He even says it. Brady says he got some crazy builds. Yeah, dude. I don't know what was in it. You can see he had a bigger tire on it, but
You're like, man, I crashed my RS. Let's just take the tire, the controller, and the battery, and shove it in there.
Yeah, well, he definitely had that thing God modded up, but he was moving. Very impressive. Even when he went to the expo, the electrified expo, he had a hopped up wheel. Now, I want to say it was a monster, and he was hauling ass on that thing, too. Non-suspension, and was moving, bro. Probably had a master or something. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he had, dude. That was
that's actually probably a really good guess.
Yeah, he would do it. I was impressed. I was impressed, man. That was good to watch. That was really good to watch, man. But if you had like, and I ask usually everyone that comes on the show, if you had a choice and like one of the manufacturers asked you, hey, Ginger, we want to build a wheel to your specs. what would be your specs? Battery, weight, motor? What would be all the trimmings that you would you build it for speed? Would you build it for off-road? What would you do?
I would build it for range, and it would have to be able to go off road. But I don't really care about speed as long as I can get above 45.
There you
I don't
go.
really care about maneuverability or size. I have yet to encounter a wheel that's too big.
Mhm.
Like the ET Max felt like it at first, but now, I can toss it around, no problem. Sorry, there got bugs in here.
That's all right.
But yeah, I think it would probably just be a massive wheel, like 4,500 watt hour, 5,000 watt hour tank that I could sit on all day and cruise up through the mountains.
That would be cool, dude. Yeah. What do we got at
Like
the
the Sherman L is pretty dang close. Not gonna lie.
what is that? A 4600? What's
No,
in that? 44? What's
I want to say 36.
I thought it was more than 36.
The Monster Pro was 42 or 44 or something, right?
Yeah.
I remember deciding between the Monster Pro and the L, and I was like, I just can't buy a Bagode and put it in this house. No offense to Bagode, but like my house has 50% lithium batteries already.
Right.
So if
Right.
it went up, it would like the neighborhood would get flattened.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
have
even risk it.
for me, like for my range, I have an EX20. It's a 3600 watt hour battery, and I still have yet to kill that thing. So I mean, that's more than enough for me. I know I'm not going to ride that out at
You should
all.
look that up. I want to know what the Sherman L battery is. I want to
Yeah,
say
let's do that.
36.
Let's hold on one second. Let's get through this real quick, and
I
I'll
know
look at it right up.
the OG Sherman was 3,000 or
32. It was
28.
32. It was 32.
Okay, 32.
Yep.
And then the max was 36. So maybe this one is 4,200.
Yeah, it's over 4. I know it's over 4. We're gonna look it up. I'll look it up now. Yeah, we do, Seth. We need an over 50 category.
Over
Yes.
50 category.
I would
Yeah.
definitely jump. I would jump in there. Okay, so let's do this real quick. Let me set up. Give me 1 second, everybody.
4,400 watt hour? Why does that sound familiar? Is that what I don't know, man. All I know is I've got enough range to full send from my house to downtown Seattle, do the entire Seattle Saturday night ride, and full send all the way back in the freezing cold. And I get home with 20% on the Sherman L.
That's crazy.
And there's
dude.
no other wheel or gadget that I've ever had that can do that. So
That's insane.
I'm always clutching it on the way home from the SNR.
Now, that is awesome. Okay, let me hold on a second.
By the way, to anyone in the chat, if you haven't been to Seattle, come to Seattle. 7 o'clock, Gasworks Park. We all meet up. 7:30, we roll out. We do a 16-mile ride, and it's probably one of the better group rides in the country because it's consistent. We're every week, and we got our 4th annual barbecue coming up for the anniversary ride. There's probably going to be 200-300 people there.
Wow. Okay, we'll do right here. Okay, I'll just do this one here. This will say it. I'll just do the condensed version. Yeah, dude, I look at a lot of the videos and see Seattle has a nice riding culture out there, man. Guys,
we really do. We have a really friendly, tight-knit community and very welcoming to anyone that wants to join up. It's actually like for me and for a lot of people I know, it's sort of like where we found our home, We're like, finally, my people. Because everyone there, we all obviously have the same hobby, but we're all like the same. We all got a screw loose somewhere.
I think anyone that rides, we do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we all have that same screw loose somewhere up here, and we're like, oh, okay, my people. Cruising speed 57, weight 102, 4,000 watt hour. There we go.
Good. That's still a lot of battery, dude. That's still a lot of freaking battery. And then I guess the Monster was the one with the big, the
that
Master
has 44,
Pro.
didn't it? Or 42?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that one too. I should have took that picture too. Hold on a second. Let me.
I think it was 42.
No, I'm curious. Yeah, let me put that up. Sorry, everybody, but we're gonna get the.
We gotta know these things.
These gotta know
questions.
And the thing is, I would know it, but like the wheels come out so fast, and it's like you forget. Wow, dude, we were a little bit off.
Higher than 44?
Dude, let's see, the Master Pro V3. Check this out. Yeah, check this out. Dude. Which one do we want to do here? Let me see if it has.
Don't say 48.
We'll see. I'm trying to see if I can take. Can I put both of these up here? Well, I'm gonna try to put I'm gonna put the
48,
V3.
isn't it?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna put the V3 and the might as well give E-Wheels a shout out here. That's what
Extra
I'm on.
800 watt hours.
Watch this.
Yeah,
Watch
20%
this. Watch this. Here we go. Let me remove that. Hold on a second.
Drum roll. So we do drum roll.
It's coming. Yeah, dude. We'll do this here. And make sure I got the right one. No, that's not it. Where is it? Trying to.
You're on the East Coast, bro. It's midnight over there right now.
It's almost midnight. It's almost midnight. Can everybody? Okay, let me blow it up here.
48.
Dude, 48, dude. That's a lot of freaking battery, bro.
That's an ugly wheel, though.
It's
a rectangle.
It's an acquired taste. It is. But you're buying this thing for the battery, basically.
Yeah,
you know,
you're buying a battery with a wheel.
That's all. Yeah, that's it. You're buying it for the battery. You're buying it for the battery.
48 versus 36 MOSFETs. So I feel like that's a no-brainer right there.
That's 126 pounds. That's a heavy. That's a beast.
93 freestand, bro. Yeah, I remember deciding again. I actually chose against this wheel in favor of the Sherman L, just because.
Well, you're getting a better quality wheel with the L. You're getting a better quality.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
You're getting a better quality. I love Begode. I do. Most of my wheels are Begodes, but when it comes to quality, man, they gotta step it up a bit.
Extra 26 pounds though.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a
25% weight increase. Well, I guess you got a 20% battery increase.
She got some hips and ass.
She got all of it. That's an obese lady at McDonald's right there.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Happy Meal, couple combos. Facts. And the Panther too. I mean, Panther's a big. Let me get rid of this. Panther's 4,400 watt hour, I believe too. Yeah. Let's put. Yeah,
I heard a lot about the Panther, and then it just kind of went away. Was that your feeling on it too? I heard a lot about it.
I think the issue with those wheels is that, again, we're already in a niche sport, and then those wheels are so effing expensive, dude. It even puts it out of the reach from the price out of most people.
What's it at?
Hold on, we're gonna look right now. We're gonna get it.
I mean, it's anyone's guess right now with tariffs. We're up.
Yeah. Well, dude, we're gonna look at that right now. We'll go
across the board, pretty much.
We'll look at E-Wheels, and let's see what they got it at. The Panther. Hold on a second.
I got an email from Jason a while ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know what wheels are going to be costing or how this is going to affect the industry, but there are going to be some clear leaders and clear losers, and right now we're looking at 145% increase across the board."
Yeah, dude. Well,
I just can't even fathom that.
Well, we're gonna raise a few eyebrows here. Hold on a second. I know this is. I mean, I could do it, but I'm not. I always tell people I'm not going to. I always put a limit on what I get because I love the sport, but I'm not trying to break myself.
And you're gonna crash it.
Oh yeah.
Not like a car where you can be careful and probably not crash it.
Exactly.
Like you're gonna probably crash it. You'll do something stupid. Slow down too slow at a sidewalk, like crosswalk, and just dump it on accident, being an idiot. That's how I always crash my stuff. Like I'm not paying attention, and I like run into a rock that I didn't see at 1 mile per hour, and just go beep.
Dude, that would suck. Yeah, it's like dumping wheels, man. I've dumped mine, but it's like it comes unexpectedly too. It's like, what? Look at that, dude.
Oh, I do like that. 5K.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot, dude. That's like motorcycle money used. Well,
I mean, they're selling the L for 52 right now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's up there.
E-Wheels was not next gen mobility. They did increase the price with tariffs.
Yeah, they did. They jumped it up. They jumped it up
on that.
Mm-hmm. They jumped it up.
Okay, so I think that's the wheel. You were asking the question, what would my ideal wheel be?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
The Panther.
That was out.
Yeah.
There
So
you
there
go.
you go. You got
Probably
you got,
that.
and again, it's made for taller riders, man, like yourself.
There are features though that are missing in most wheels that I'm surprised we don't have yet. Well, first of all, wheels do move a lot faster than scooters in terms of advancements.
Mm-hmm.
Like we still don't even have a smart BMS in a scooter yet, and I don't know how.
Really? I thought they did.
Right? There's some where
Wow.
you can open up the app that's made by the manufacturer, like kind of like the Bagode app or whatever, and you can see the voltage and see the miles, but there's none of them are showing you the cells, cell group temperatures and MOSFET temperature, motor temperature, all that, like charging, discurrent charging. You can't see, there's no BMSs that are that smart yet on scooters that I know of anyways.
Wow.
But
I didn't know that.
all the scooters are coming with 2 amp chargers stock still, maybe 5 if you get a really high performance one.
I did see that.
It's just weak. The advancements in the EUCs are much faster than there are in scooters, but there are still some features in EUCs I'd like to see. Like the main one for me right now is a self-leveling headlight. When you're accelerating, the wheel dips down and you get no headlight. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Guess I brought my flashlight for a reason then. And I didn't need to because I have a 2,000 lumen light on the front of this thing that can't put up. Like, come on, bro.
That's crazy.
When I'm accelerating, I want it to go up.
I didn't even
when I'm
think
decelerating,
about that.
I want it to go down. I want like push notifications to my phone when the wheel's done charging. That wouldn't be hard to do. A USB-C PD fast charger for my phone. Like so many simple things we could be doing that just haven't been asked for enough by the community.
Make the video, bro. Make the video, man.
I get in trouble.
My open letter.
Around what I can talk about, or else I lose sponsors.
Dude, I'll make it for you. I'll make it. I'm a
do it.
Dude, I'll make it for you. Man, what the hell, you guys? Best get. Do it.
Get off your ass, man.
Ricardo, what's happening, brother? Welcome. Again.
I got a Segway go-kart that has more features than this wheel.
That is funny. That is funny. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So Stan says, Bagode gives you all the power you pay for, unlike King Song. Yeah, it is true. The F-22 Pro has a 5,500 watt motor, but only, dude. That's kind of depressing.
Torque.
Yeah, I think the F-22 put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. You have all that power, and they will not let you access it. That is one thing about Bagode. You said it nice already. It's like, you want the power, go with the Bagode. It's going to put the rubber to the freaking
but I don't know how many people are in here are into computers, but Bagode is like a CPU with the thermal throttling off.
Yeah.
It's just no limits. However much this piece of circuitry can handle, that's what we're pushing through it. And we don't know what the limit is yet. You find out. Here you go. $5,000, please.
Well, think about, 100% fact. Think about this, right? Ronan did his video with the F-22. Dude, he was getting beeps at like 45, 46 miles an hour. Dude, I can take, now if you have the nuts to do it, you can take the RS high speed up to like 48 miles an hour. Yeah, you can take that thing up to 48. So you see, but that's where the performance is, man.
Where's the torque though? Like on the spectrum for the F-22?
With
I
the
feel like
F-22,
got all that power on the low end, maybe it would make it worth it.
Yeah, I think they said it's okay, but the wheel being so heavy, you still have to really lean it to get it out of it. And I think that was come from, well, you're a heavier guy, but for a lighter person,
yeah,
that's going to be a problem.
Made for low end torque for heavier guys.
Yeah.
Because there is no wheel that I can't overpower right now.
Yeah. So you
I would like to find that.
So I would say they just have to, I don't know, man. They can do it. If they can fix everything with an update, King Song with the F-22. That's all they do is make an update. They can fix everything, but they're not going to do it. Now they have the F-18 coming out. Do you see that, Will?
They do.
Yeah.
They're all looking pretty sporty. But it
saying
is,
the F-18 is I guess, like a Lynx competitor, but we'll see. We'll see.
We will see. It's like when you go to the ski resort, Bagode is like the backside, and King songs like the blue diamond, blue square.
Dude, yes. I've been there on my snowboard. I know exactly what you're talking about when you get to the
There's a guy at the top who's like, technically you can do it, but like don't probably.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's funny. Yes, thank you, Spartacus. If you're enjoying the stream, everybody smash the like button. I appreciate everybody spending your Friday evening, Friday morning, depending on where you are, because it is.
If you break your
12:07.
keyboard or mouse smashing the like button, I will reimburse you. I'll
See
send
that?
you a new mouse.
3-day express
Won't be a good
mail,
one,
but you
I'll
still
send
get a
it.
replacement.
Yep. I have a pile of them in my house.
That's freaking hilarious. Dude, I know this is off EUC, but I have to tell this story because this is pretty funny. You were talking about like backcountry skiing. I went to a snowshoe. This is going back some years. My wife and I, we snowboard. And I always saw that thing on television. I said, I want to go. We went to snowshoe. We skied the front side. We snowboarded the front side of the mountain pretty much, all day. And I was disappointed. I'm like, man, I came all the way down. It's in West Virginia. I said, I came all the way down here. And they were talking about they have these steep trails. And I was like, no way, dude. So I'm like, where are the steep trails they were talking about? So I finally asking around. They're like, no, this is on the backside. I'm like, really? So they go around. They had this lift take you up to the backside. So I get off the lift. And there's a bench where you can take and buckle in and everything. And I'm like,
nice.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, dude. I'm like, man, this is BS, dude. It's still like nothing. I'm leading. So I get up and I'm leading my wife around. She's like, well, what do you see? I said, it's nothing, man. I thought they said this stuff was steep. All of a sudden, dude, you just see this and nothing else and just sky, man. I'm like, what do you see? I'm like, I don't think you want me to tell you. Dude,
go back.
Yeah, run for your life. That had to be some of the best. That thing was straight down. And the funny part is, you get down to the bottom, and it was like this little lodge. And there were these two old dudes sitting out on these chairs. And I was like, why are they sitting out there? I see why, dude. People were just wiping out. But man,
they're just watching them like,
yeah, just watching people.
Moonshine,
yeah, dude,
watching everyone eat shit down
crazy, bro. Yeah. Yeah, there's two. I forgot what the name of the trails were. I don't say the Appalachian Trails, but yeah, they were nice. It was just those two trails was worth the freaking trip, man. Yeah.
Good to know.
Awesome. Good stuff. Snowshoe. What we got here? Let me increase the screen
Go
size.
see Tuckerman's Ravine if you want to see some steep stuff in the east. Tuckerman's Ravine. That sounds like something an old janky guy would come out of the shadows and be like, "You seen Tuckerman's Ravine?"
Brady, where is that? I did a lot of snowboarding. Like my go-to was Hunter. I did a lot of snowboarding at Hunter, man. And they had some pretty, for the east, they had some pretty steep stuff. For upstate New York anyway, I think as you go up to Vermont, you'll get a high, but for upstate New York, it was all right. I mean, they had trails where, it was like a little rickety fence with like 3 pickets in the whole fence, and you go off the side, man, you're getting effed up, man. Yeah, see? Yeah, Hunter's awesome, dude. Yeah, I went there quite a few times. Hunter's good. Hunter's really, really good. It's crazy too. I'm sorry, I'll get back on track here. In Pennsylvania, there's a place called Elk Mountain. The lifts are slow, but it's like you're getting upstate New York terrain. It's crazy. Some of the best hidden gems in Pennsylvania is at Elk Mountain. Yeah.
Slow lifts though. That's like buying a fast wheel with a
Yeah, dude. The lift sucked ass. Excuse my language, but it did. But we went during the week, so there was no one there, dude. It was like we were VIP, so you can, no lines at all. Yeah, elk was surprising. I was really, really surprised how good the terrain was out there, especially for Pennsylvania, especially for PA. But dude, we've been on here for 2 hours, almost 2 hours, right? Yeah, just about 2 hours.
I couldn't tell you. I lost.
And what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing it down a little bit. If there's anything that you would like to add, anybody have any more questions?
Bringing it down.
I don't know.
Wrapping it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up with little bow. But dude, I appreciate you coming because you didn't have to do this, and you were really cool about it. It's like, hell yeah! I was like, all right, that's it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was good.
I didn't know you were doing a live stream, and once I went to the channel and watched all the previous ones, I was like, okay, I could do this.
Yeah, dude, I'm just trying to bring just a different flavor, not a different flavor, because Duff does great streams, and Marty and Roger and all these guys. I just try to bring the community together.
Specific.
You know
what I mean? They're wheel specific. I'm more of a rainbow.
But that's good though.
EVs.
That's why I was like, nah, dude, you got to get on. That's good. And we got to get you on here again, man. Because again, the scooters and all that type of stuff, and break it down. But nah, it was good stuff, man.
It was fun. Thanks for having me.
I had a good. No, dude, it was a pleasure having you on. I've been watching you for years, and
lots of people have. It's blows my mind to believe that I've been doing this for like 6 or 7 years now, because it still feels like I just got laid off from my old job and was like, you know what, screw it, YouTube full time. But I've been watching the orders from PEV outlet coming in here during the stream. I got like 9 to drop off now at the post office, so it gives me an excuse to ride my ET Max.
There you go. There you go. And what I'll do, I'll post on. You said PEV connection, so I'll post all that stuff. And I'll put your channel and all that stuff up. Hopefully I can get it up tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely have it by
shout out
Sunday.
PEVoutlet.com. That's my main source of revenue right now. That's you can buy mostly scooter parts, but I would say 1 in 5 riders in Seattle has my Firelight by now. This flashlight, handheld light, goes up to 2,000 lumens. It's made of solid metal. I've dropped these things going like 50, 60 miles an hour, and they just tumble. They're waterproof. 10,000 milliamp hour.
I'm gonna get one.
PEV outlet. Whoa, it makes me disappear.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what?
It's that bright.
That's crazy. I'm gonna order one because I need one. I need a new light. Yeah. I do.
PEVoutlet.com. This one's the L2000 Firelight. But I've never had a complaint on one of these before. I found a really solid flashlight manufacturer, and I was like, okay, those are cool, but like, I want custom firmware. I want you to put Samsung cells in it. I want it to be 10,000 milliamp hour minimum. I want USB charging. I want it to be a battery bank. I want it to be waterproof. And it took a long time to get them to do it.
But you got it.
We got it.
You got it. That is freaking cool. I'm going to order one of those. E-Ride Life. I want to get one of those sweatshirts. I got to order one of those shirts. And
E-Ride Life. He makes his own custom hoodies.
Yeah, they got the hoodies. They got some hats. Seth, Willie, everybody, Stan, Captain, everybody. I'm trying to get everyone's name that was in there. Stan, I think I said you, Captain Sended, EUC Lifer, Ricardo, Spartacus, everyone. Who else we got? I want to thank everyone. George.
OGs.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, Ginger. It was a pleasure. We got to do this again. And everybody, remember the most important thing of what we do. I don't care what you're on, e-skate, scooter, EUC, have fun. Be safe, have fun, enjoy the ride, get out there, connect with people. And hopefully, if things go right, I'll see some of y'all in Malaysia, because that might be my aim. I think that would.
I'm going.
One's only. Welcome. I'm sorry, brother. We're about to close it down, but I appreciate you coming. Make sure you smash the like button. And I will end this by saying again, thank you, Ginger. Anything else you want to say? I'm sorry. Anything else?
No, not really. Just thanks for having me. It was fun.
Appreciate you, man.
My hat's off to all the legends. I don't respond enough. I'm not active enough on social media to let a lot of these guys know how much I appreciate watching their stuff and hearing their input and watching content. But thank you to everybody in here that does that, because
there we go.
I know how hard it is.
Yeah. And I appreciate everybody. Again, I don't think you realize the impact that you have on a community, because you do. You really, really do. And again, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Remember, you get on your wheel, you ride it like you hate it. You ride it like you hate it, but you be safe out there. I'm Sensei. You're
Ginger. Keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hello. Good night.
Good night.